Hello friends, this is Scott, and we're down here at the homestead, and today is kind of a bittersweet day because we got our first frost, probably tomorrow. So I've been down at the homestead for about a week and a half. I've been doing lots of projects, got lots of stuff filmed, so I'm not sure exactly when this video is going to come out in the chain of videos. I'll probably have 5 or 6 others. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this one, but this is the end of the harvest, probably. It's supposed to just be 32, so, we might be able to, survive. We'll see if it fluctuates a degree or two, but tomatoes have been, incredible this year. And so I'm almost done picking everything that I need to pick. I still have potatoes, but they're fine in the ground. But today is all about tomatoes and peppers, and I need to get those picked. If we don't get those picked, then we're gonna lose them. So anything of any size, I'm gonna pick, green or any color at all, and get them in the house and get them prepared later. Let them ripen on the counter. I'll take some to Salt Lake with me today. I've got to go up for a few days and do some projects up there. So anyway, again, bittersweet day, but it's been a great gardening season. Yeah, we had our challenges with bugs and it's been hot and dry, but it's been nice. It's been a lot, and I've a lot of good things, and I've been able to put a lot of stuff in the freezer. So I'll show you that in another video of what I've been able to freeze. It's not a ton, but quite a bit for what I'm doing. Always having to deal with a little bit of traffic, even down here at the homestead, where it's very quiet. Again, in Salt Lake, I can very rarely ever just film as another car drives by. So yeah, probably the 2 cars have driven by in the last hour, and they have to be during this video. So anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, again, we're back to tomatoes, and I'm going to pick everything, and I've got to remove the fencing. I'm not worried about the chickens at this point getting in here. They can eat whatever's going to be left in here. They can have at it. But yeah, they're going to be locked up for a few days. They will not be able to have any access to this. So I'm just going to rip the fence down, and we're going to get into the tomatoes, and yeah, let's see how many we can get. And there's going to be a plenty, so be prepared. After struggling a little bit with the fence and knocking a few tomatoes off the plants, here's what we have. Again, it's kind of a big, overgrown mess, but a very productive mess. And you think you're on top of all your ripe tomatoes, but you never are. There's always some down in the middle, and these are already beyond hope, beyond usefulness, so they'll go to the chickens. So we'll get rid of those. But yeah, lots of tomatoes on these plants, and I've been picking regularly, and I've been freezing and making salsas and doing all kinds of things. So there's only been 8 plants here that are full-size tomatoes. I have one plant that's a small tomato, a little bit of a cherry tomato, which hasn't done very well. And I have one, it's a plum tomato, but I have 7 just regular size round tomatoes or semi-round tomatoes, and they've just put on a bumper crop. So I've been, going at it pretty hot and heavy in the kitchen, trying to preserve all these tomatoes. And I'm looking at the abundance I still have, and with the frost coming tomorrow. Today is October 16th, and so I think I'll put this video out a little quicker than some of the ones that I've already filmed before, just to get it out for timeliness sake, because yeah, it's the first freeze is upon us. Now there's still, after I pick all these tomatoes, there's going to be a ton more. So if we can survive this first freeze, I should have an equal number of tomatoes that I'm going to be able to take in and preserve. My problem is I don't have a chest freezer or a stand-up freezer. I just have my little side-by-side fridge, and it is full, chock full. Here's a look at a couple of green ones that are nice ones. They're not huge, but yeah, they're very nice. In this time of the year, the tomatoes a lot of times are not the prettiest looking, but when you're just, they're all about preserving. It doesn't matter how they look. This isn't a grocery store. This is just good eating food, and I can say with utmost assurity that the best BLTs I've ever had in my life have come from these tomatoes. They're just, oh my gosh. Yeah, I've really enjoyed my BLTs for lunches. But yeah, there's lots of even good size tomatoes on this plant. Again, they're not the prettiest. And they got some cracks and blemishes and a little bit of bug damage. But yeah, they're big, and they're very tasty. I am kind of bouncing around and just going from plant to plant and digging way down deep in and disturbing the plants greatly, trying to find as many as I can in here. And I'm kind of debating on, there's so many. Can I really take all the ones I normally would on a normal year? Some of them that are kind of medium size that may or may not ripen. I'm kind of thinking not. But there's basket number 1 that I'm going to take in the house. And yeah, we'll show you how many baskets we get out of these. So back at it, finding lots of nice green ones. And again, I'm starting to pick a few of the mediums, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sure if that's going to be a good idea, or if I have enough counter space for all these. But yeah, there's just tons and tons and tons. And I think I looked at an area, and then I come back to it, and I find more. So yeah, like I say, I was on top of these ripe ones all season pretty much. This is the plum tomato in the back. It didn't receive as much sun as some of the other plants, but it was good. And it did produce a lot of fruit, not the hugest, but they were nice. There's a couple nice green ones. But again, all these tomatoes were planted in just 1 scoop. Each plant got 1 scoop of my good in-ground compost from my Salt Lake yard that was screened. And I just used the old pile of dirt as the base, and that's all these fertility that these plants received. There's basket number 2. We got a mixture of ripe and unripe. Have to get the chicken some, and there's the sick chicken that I'm trying to nurse back to health. We'll see if this bird lives or not. So far, we're kind of hanging in there. Here's basket number 3. So yeah, you're probably tired of watching me pick tomatoes, but here we go. So here's what I have on the counter. I've got some that are just starting to turn color. I got a lot of green ones, a lot of nice size green ones. And then I got a few ripe ones that I'm going to take those to Salt Lake with me on my trip home today. So yeah, there's a lot of tomatoes. And again, the plants are loaded with an equal number to these, if not more. And here's the peppers. I didn't have a lot of hot peppers, but I just picked what I had, cayenne and jalapeno, and I just threw them in a freezer bag and did throw them in the freezer. And did get a little bit eggplant, a couple squash, zucchini, and 1 squash, and a pepper I'll take with the tomatoes. So anyway, it was a good harvest today, and I've been down here quite a while. And I'm headed back to Salt Lake, and when I come back, this whole counter will probably be ripe. So anyway, well, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you.